Okay, whoops. Thanks, everybody. Welcome to the council meeting for Wednesday, November the 27th. I'd like to call this meeting to order. As always, we start with our land acknowledgement. We are gathering on lands that have been home to First Nation people from time immemorial. Thanks, everybody. We acknowledge that we are what we now call Richmond Hill is on the treaty lands and territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and the Mississauga and Chippewa nations of the Williams Treaty. We also recognize that we are on part of the traditional territories of the Haudenosaunee and the Huron-Wendat. We would also like to acknowledge all First Nation, Inuit, and Métis people from across North America or Turtle Island, who now reside in the city of Richmond Hill. We are committed to rebuilding constructive and cooperative relationships. So at this time, if you can, I'd ask you to stand for our national anthem. Acknowledge all First Nation, Inuit, and Métis people from across North America or Turtle Island, who now reside in the city of Richmond Hill. We are committed to rebuilding constructive and cooperative relationships. So at this time, if you can, I'd ask you to stand for our national anthem. Thank you, whoever that was. That was a lovely voice. So the next item on the agenda is a public forum, and we do have a registered, one registered delegate for that, which I presume is Jake. I think you're replacing Catherine, right? Okay, so come on up. So you have 5 minutes to speak to council about a item that's not on the agenda.
Okay, good morning, members of council and residents of Richmond Hill. My name is Jake Matta, and I'm a parks operator for the city and the unit chair of the bargaining unit of QP 905.16. We represent over 200 members facilitating services in parks, roads, water, wastewater, arenas, community centers, sanitation, special events, theater productions, and fleet services. From seasonal laborers to tradespersons, our membership takes pride in the services we provide to the public. I must express our disappointment that we have come to this point in negotiations. However, we remain hopeful that a deal can be reached that reflects the needs of our members. Our work has been lauded as the benchmark throughout the GTA. We are routinely praised as the prime example of customer service that is expected from municipal services. We've aspired to earn this praise by maintaining these levels of service throughout the pandemic, putting our lives at risk to ensure the public was provided consistency during uncertain times. This benchmark, unfortunately, is becoming increasingly more difficult to maintain as we are facing growing concerns of retention and contracting out our work. Members can no longer afford to live in Richmond Hill and its surrounding areas, forcing us to live far away to make ends meet or return home to live with our parents with little hope of having a home for ourselves. This is a problem for every worker in this province, and we are seeing it here in Richmond Hill. We have seen members across departments leave in record numbers seeking opportunities closer to home and for better pay in order to put food on the table and pay their rent or mortgages. Since our wages have not kept up with inflation, we can no longer find qualified applicants to fill the growing vacancies while the work remains the same. This has caused full-time positions to be replaced by seasonal and temporary workers without the necessary qualifications, and an increasing dependency on contractors who have zero interest in maintaining the service levels we have worked so hard to establish. Our highest paid union member position saw an increase of only $1.91 an hour over the span of 4 years. We have accepted that the city was in a difficult position during the pandemic with revenue streams and placed faith in management and council when we were told that this would be rectified in the next round of bargaining negotiations. This promise was not kept. And you can imagine our surprise when our attempts to make up for what we have lost in purchasing power and to address the concerns of inflation and retention is to be told that our flat rate proposals are ridiculous and unfair to the highest paid positions. This showed us where the loyalties lie with this organization, not to the people who do the work, but towards the already inflated wages of management. The same management who lauded us as the benchmark of service and to then ask us what makes us so special in comparison to others. Despite all this, we structured a proposal at the 11th hour that we felt addressed our concerns and was fair to the city of Richmond Hill and its residents. A proposal that would remedy longstanding issues facing the contract workers at the theater labeled the crown jewel of Richmond Hill, which sees over 100,000 patrons a year with no full-time staff. Workers who work 49 weeks in a year and are told it is seasonal work, with zero job security or benefits, in some cases for over 10 years. Additionally, a proposal that would reflect some of our members being on standby 24/7 for 5 months in the year, expected to report to work within an hour, despite many of us living in towns well beyond that time frame during a snowstorm. We were met with a proposal nowhere near our own, and we're left with no choice but to unanimously call for a strike. Make no mistake, our members do not want to be in this position. We would like nothing more than to return the work and proudly serve this city. However, we remain committed to holding as long as it takes for council to keep their word and fulfill the promise that was made to this membership. We ask you that you return to the bargaining table with a deal that addresses our concerns so that our members can return to work and not be out on the sidewalk for the holidays. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So thank you very much. And I do want to thank the members of QP 905 for taking the time to come to council and provide your views. Council is, however, not the place to debate the current offer, nor is it the appropriate place to negotiate the ultimate agreement. We will leave that to our bargaining committees. I know that council shares my view that we have full faith in the city's bargaining committee to work with QP to achieve an agreement that would see an end to this strike, and that Richmond Hill QP 905 members compensated in a manner that reflects the important role that they play in the city. In the meantime, council has full confidence in the city's contingency plans and staff's ability to successfully implement it. But I want to extend my deepest appreciation to the people and businesses of Richmond Hill for their patience and understanding during that strike. So with that being said, we have council announcements. Is there anybody with council announcements today? Councillor Hsu.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Chair.
Councillor Tree.
Yeah, thank you so much. So last week and Saturday and Sunday in Ward 4, Agamills Community Center will host our Ward 4 food bank drive. So thank you for the residents for your generosities and also your donation as well to support people who need food in our community. Best regard. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Regional Local Councillor DePaula.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And for those of you who are here noticing, all members of council are wearing purple today, and that's just to commemorate the International Day for the elimination of violence against women. And there's 16 days of activism beginning on November 25th. And we're in that period to make sure that both domestic violence and other sources of violence against women are brought to awareness and dealt with in the workplace and in every other situation. My wife is a director on Abuse Hurts, a York Region nonprofit that deals with helping women that are escaping domestic violence. And there's 3 or 4 other nonprofits that are doing the same thing. It's a shame that their services are so badly needed in the region, but they have shelter and so many options. So the main thing is the awareness. The reason we're wearing purple is anyone who's in that situation, there is help that you can. Anyone who is experiencing intimate partner violence or the violence in their household or workplace, they can reach out to these agencies for help, and they will get the help they need. And in all confidence, they can be assured that they won't have to return to a place where they're experiencing violence. They can be fully taken care of, and these agencies in York Region are incredible. And I just want to make people aware, for anyone in Richmond Hill, that nobody has to endure violence in any situation at any time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Regional Local Councillor. And Regional Local Councillor Chan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As the holiday season approaches, I know that the city, our staff have been already tried to encourage, but I would just also mention here the annual Richmond Hill Christmas concert for seniors. Now, my understanding is anyone 55 plus and up are considered older adults. They're all welcome. I understand they have to register. So don't fall behind. It's this Friday at 1 p.m., the annual Christmas concert for our seniors in our theater. And secondly is that I think all council members have also received notice that the Hill Porters Guild fall show and sale is on from Friday and this weekend. So I have gone in the past. I very much encourage a local artist to display, maybe a place to pick up the wonderful gift for your family members and friends. Last but not least, although it's not really quite relating to Richmond business, but in a way it is, that all 3 of us who sit on York Regional Council, the mayor and my colleague, Regional Councillor DePaula, will be there tomorrow morning at Newmarket attending the regional meeting. That would be making a final decision on the regional budget, which will have an impact to all of us as taxpayers in York Region. And also would be the, I guess, last meeting, our current regional chair, Wayne Emerson, will be chairing, because Chair Emerson would be retiring by Friday of this week. I'm sure that we'll touch on in the regional council, but as a resident of Richmond Hill in York Region, I also have opportunity to work with him. Just like to take this opportunity also Richmond Hill Council to express certainly appreciation for long years of service for his hometown, Stouffville before, and now York Region, and also for a public record. Thank you, Chair Emerson. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, I just would like to echo the words that Regional Local Councillor DePaulo had said about why we're all wearing purple today. And I just would add that, I think we on council who are men also have a special role to play in the solving that and talking to our peers about how unacceptable any sort of domestic violence would be in our homes and in our relationships and so on. So anyways, with that being said, the next item is emergency or time-sensitive matters. Is there anybody wanting to introduce anything? Seeing none, So I need a motion to adopt the agenda. Now, we were quite late in starting this meeting, and we did have a delegation by the York Regional Police, and they waited patiently for quite some time. But unfortunately, I don't think it was reasonable to ask them to wait any longer. So we're going to have to delay that presentation until the new year. I'm sorry about that, but these things happen. So I'd like a motion to adopt the agenda with that change. Councillor Silovitz, Regional Councillor DePaula, all those in favor? Opposed? That carries. Disclosure of pecuniary interest to the general nature thereof. Seeing none. Adoption of previous council minutes. We have only one today, council meeting on November 13th. Councillor Shu, Councillor Davidson, all those in favor? Opposed? That carries. Thank you. Identification of items requiring separate discussion. We have an agenda before us today. Everything can pass on consent if that's the wish of council. Okay, seeing no items then. So motion to basically take care of all of it.
I'll move everything.
Okay, thank you. And we don't need an adoption of the remainder of the items because it's been taken care of. Okay, so that's what Councillor DePaula just moved. So seconder, Councillor Thompson, all those in favor? Opposed? That carries. No public hearings, no presentations today, no delegations, and we've got everything. So we need a motion to adopt the bylaw to confirm the proceedings of this meeting. Regional Councillor Chan, Councillor Tree, all those in favor? Opposed? That carries. Thank you. And to confirm it, motion to adjourn. Councillor Davidson and Councillor Thompson, all those in favor? Opposed? That carries unanimously. Thank you very much, everybody.